and lung cancer.
Well,
so much to talk about.
I was so fortunate to a little old farm kid from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, well, he was a tall and very handsome and a good dancer.
This story will not end with a wedding. These two long-lost lovers are going to keep things simple and just stay friends.
And our thanks to Drew Mickelson for that report. I don't know, maybe that could be sparking something more than just friends.
You heard that, friend-zoned after all these years. You know, hey, look, kudos to Claude for shooting his shot. You know, it didn't matter. He tried.
It's like something out of a Nicholas Sparks movie right there. Hopefully there are some sparks with the two of them.
Yeah, thanks for watching Early Today. I'm Philip Mena.
And I'm Francis Rivera. Have a great day. Happy Halloween.
Morgantown, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
What does it mean when we say, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done? It means getting a powerful law firm on your side, one with a proven record of success. And it means the peace of mind of never paying us a fee unless we get money for you. Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done.
Hey, I'm Elias Gomez, and 3 things you're gonna learn about me this week are tropical, hot rods, and country music.
Catch us this week on Marquee Backstage.
The competition is on.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
Most people look at the scene of a truck crash and just see a bad car accident. But at Hughes & Coleman, we know there's more to it. An overloaded trailer, signs of poor maintenance, or a trucking company pushing drivers beyond their limits. If you've been injured in a crash, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done.
Welcome to Tuesday. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack. Happy Halloween. Are there any tricks or treats in the forecast? I'll have that answer coming up. News 40 Sunrise starts right now.
Coming up on News 40 Sunrise. A new survey says that more than 37 million people are living with diabetes in the U.S. We'll learn 5 tips and tricks doctors say to do to keep yourself healthy. Plus, we'll get the inside scoop on all that's coming to the Soki Ice Rink before they open up for this winter season in this week's Soki's Choice. Then, the UAW and automakers have finally reached an agreement after weeks of striking. We'll find out what this means for the auto industry and your wallet. News 40 Sunrise starts right now.
Good morning and happy Halloween, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise. I'm Ashley Wilson. Let's start off with our top stories. Halloween is finally upon us, and kids are grabbing costumes and getting ready to run from house to house, but they need to be aware of the dangers that could be on the roadways. If you are of the legal age to consume alcohol, Kentucky State Police are encouraging everyone to consume responsibly and do not drive under the influence. You may think that you may only be arrested or charged for 0.08 blood alcohol content, but you can actually be charged for much less.
The only real easy way to do that, to make sure that everything's okay, is if you consume alcohol, don't drive. If you consume drugs, don't drive. And it's as simple as that. Just make sure that you're not putting anybody else in danger, especially this time of year when you're going to have so many kids out on the roadway. Don't take the chance.
There are many forms of transportation you can use to avoid receiving a DUI. There are ride-sharing apps, or you can simply call a friend if you decide to have fun for the holiday. Another potential risk for your kids this Halloween, tainted candy. Some candies that look similar to the real thing can actually contain THC, Delta 8, or Delta 9 drugs. If you suspect your child's candy has these substances in it, make sure to contact the Warren County Drug Task Force immediately. If your child is exposed, call 911 or Poison Control. The most important thing you can do is check the candy to make sure it's okay to eat.
Many times these candies will look like gummy bears or other children's candy, and with Halloween coming up tomorrow, parents just need to be careful and make sure the gummy bear is in fact a gummy bear.
It can take various amounts of time for different drugs to set in and take effect, so it's important to remember if your child happens to eat these candies, call 911 or Poison Control immediately. We look to the Warren County Public Library, who is using the spooky holiday to teach kids about different traditions in different cultures. This week, the library is clearing up some misconceptions when it comes to the Day of the Dead holiday. While hosting a celebration, the staff really wanted to educate the children on traditions that take place in Mexican culture, especially during this holiday. They do this by teaching the kids about different flowers, teaching them traditional songs, and so much more.
They loved it. They had so much fun, especially when we broke the piñata and we were all singing the song. I got to have the blindfold on. I know it's not something that they do traditionally when they're growing up, so it's barely out of their comfort zone. They probably see videos of it, and so to be able to experience that, I bet it was so surreal for them to be like, oh my gosh, I get to break this piñata and sing this song and do all these cool things.
The celebration is not stopping here. Tomorrow, on November 1st, the popular Disney movie Coco is being played at the Capitol. For more details, visit WNKY.com. That was a first look at your top stories. Now let's send it over to meteorologist Darius Mack for a check of our forecast. Darius, it's spooky with all this chilly weather.
Yeah, spooky or even bone chilly, I would say, on this Halloween morning. Temperatures are into the 30s and 20s out there, the coldest numbers we've seen in quite a while. I think the last time we saw temperatures right around 32 degrees was March 29th. So yeah, it's been several months. Temperatures generally into the 20s in most locations. It's 32 at the Bowling Green Regional Airport this hour, 30 degrees there into Simpson County, but also see 28s out there. The winds not adding too much of an extra chill, thankfully, at this time, but we are going to be expecting a little bit of a chillier feel out there. Radar is pretty dry and quiet. This is just showing some ground clutter out there this morning. The big picture, though, showing that wave of low pressure essentially on top of Wisconsin. That's actually bringing some lake effect snows there. As far as snow chances go, though, for today, I'm not really expecting any snow chances for us, but parts of Kentucky could see snow today. And I'll have an updated look at your forecast coming up. The Weather on the 4 is brought to you by Deborah Bros, attorneys at law.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
If you've been injured, Morgan & Morgan can make getting a case started a breeze. It's easy. Just dial pound law or go to forthepeople.com to get started.
Turn it off.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
With FanDuel, every night is a watch party. New customers bet $5 to get $150 bonus if your team wins. Bet all the stars with all your friends and tell them that they get 3 months of NBA League Pass on us with any $5 bet. Only on FanDuel. New customers bet $5 get $150 bonus if your team wins. Plus NBA League Pass on us.
The Mint Gaming Hall in Bowling Green is your premier entertainment destination. Enjoy all new games, Winner's Circle Bar, Post-Time Race and Sports Lounge, Corner Cafe, and more. Located next to the mall, the Mint Bowling Green. The winning just got closer.
There's nothing quite as cozy and comfortable as a recliner from Ford's, like this power recliner in top grain leather with cup holders, phone charger, and lumbar support for only $8.99. Or this leather swivel glider for only $6.99. Now at Ford's Furniture.
Sign up today for the Jingle Bell 5K Run Walk benefiting the Arthritis Foundation. Saturday, November 18th at 9 a.m. at South Warren High School. Costumes and teams are encouraged. Register now at events.arthritis.org.
Name an animal a wife doesn't mind her husband calling her.
How about Piggy?
Hey, fellas, don't do that. There's no way to fix that.
Family Feud. Weeknights at 5 and 6:30 on CBS 40.
Welcome back to News 40 Sunrise at 7 minutes past the hour, and now time for Living Well, brought to you by Spring Hill Pharmacy. More than 37 million people are living with diabetes in the U.S. It's a chronic disease that affects how your body turns food into energy, and it can cause severe damage to a person's body. In today's Health Minute, News 40's Morgan Hoover has 5 ways to help prevent health problems from diabetes.
It's a common disease, but millions of Americans may not even know they have diabetes, even though early detection is critical.
As soon as you can have the diagnosis made,
the sooner the proper treatment can begin.
Diabetes can damage the eyes, kidneys, nerves, and heart.
If you have high blood glucose, you're more likely to have high blood pressure and high cholesterol. And those three factors, either independently and certainly working together, can damage the small vessels in our bodies.
You can prevent diabetes-related health problems by taking charge of your health. That includes adopting healthy lifestyle habits, like a sensible diet, physical activity, and getting adequate sleep is also important, as is managing stress and taking medicines on time.
Smoking also has a detrimental effect on your small blood vessels. And so, especially with people with diabetes, we want to suggest that they try to stop smoking.
Experts say small health changes over time can make a big difference and may not be as overwhelming.
You could begin to make choices that you are more likely to stick to.
For WNKY News 40, I'm Morgan Hoover.
The Biden administration is urging schools to keep medication on hand that can reverse opioid overdoses. In a letter to educators Monday, White House officials said every school across the U.S. should stock naloxone nasal spray, also known as Narcan, and faculty and students should be trained to use it. The missive comes amid a nationwide rise in overdose deaths among adolescents. Over the past 2 decades, more than 5,000 children and teens have died from overdoses involving fentanyl, according to the medical journal JAMA Pediatrics. More than half of those occurred during the first 2 years of the COVID pandemic. Coming up next on News 40 Sunrise, find out the inside scoop on Soki Ice Rink before it opens back up for the season in this week's edition of Soki's Choice.
Plus, it's a chilly October morning. Will there be any tricks or treats in today's forecast? I'll have that answer after the break.
Do you have musty smells coming up from your crawl space? USS is here to help. Neglected crawl spaces and excessive moisture can cause mold, unwanted pests, wood rot, and high energy bills. A USS encapsulation system will help prevent these issues and improve the air quality in your crawl space, making the air in your home cleaner and healthier for you and your family. Visit uss-ky.com for a free estimate.
We'll guarantee our best. Call USS.
I'm not the monster you think I am.
We have a missing 19-year-old. You want more food? You want your book? Focus on the case.
Gabrielle, forgetting something.
Found tonight on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Do you know what date this is?
Not guilty.
Today the LA riots began.
Tried to protect this store and was killed. You're here to save him.
Just trust me.
We need to get out of here now.
Quantum Leap, Wednesday on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
They go back to breaks, reloading.
Hilltopper fans, join WKU Volleyball in Diddle Arena on Friday, November 3rd at 6 p.m. and Saturday, November 4th at noon for Senior Weekend. Single game tickets will be available for purchase on game day at the door or online for 20% off. Adult tickets are $5 and youth tickets are $3. So come celebrate the seniors when they play FIU. Visit WKUtickets.com to purchase and go Tops.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Daniel Cameron says it's
one of the first things I will do as governor.
Bringing back former Governor Matt Bevin's ruthless Medicaid plan, threatening to take away coverage from over 95,000 Kentuckians, punishing working parents, putting rural hospitals in danger of shutting down.
This sounds very similar to something that Governor Matt Bevin tried.
Well, absolutely.
Denying people coverage, devastating rural health care.
Something that Governor Matt Bevin tried.
Well, absolutely.
Cameron's absolutely wrong for Kentucky.
Welcome back to News 40. Soki's Choice. Every winter, a fan favorite returns to the Soki Marketplace, the Soki Ice Rink. There, you can take part in the endless activities or just have fun skating around, or if you're me, slip and fall on the ice. The Soki Ice Rink has plenty of fun for everybody, and they are this week's Soki's Choice, brought to you by J.C. Kirby & Son.
Nikki Kohler, and I'm the Warren County Stormwater Director. So this is going to be our 7th season. Open with the Soki Ice Rink. We opened November 18th, our first day, and we're going to be extending our season to the end of January. So our last open day is January 28th. A couple things that are different this year is we're doing sessions for the first time. So just like you'd go to like a real rink, they're open for a period of time and you buy a session ticket, and then there's designated times that they close to resurface the ice. So we're going to be doing that this year as well. The details of that can be found on our website, sokiice.com. We've still got story time with the library. That's on Thursdays, and lots of different other events. And we still have Curling League, which you can still sign up for. There's actually 2 opportunities for that, one in November and December, and then one after Christmas and the New Year. We have a second league you can sign up for. There's skating lessons and broom ball on Wednesdays if you want to do that. And then Thursday through Sunday is regular open skating with those session times, like I said. Normally we'd close about the first or second Sunday in January, depending on how the week went. A couple years ago, we tried to go to Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and we had a lot of the community support to stay open longer, so we just decided to go ahead and do it through the month of January. You can go to sokiice.com for all of our times and special events and special calendar and things like that. Our Facebook, Instagram as well, we have information there. You can't buy tickets online, but you can buy season passes or a hockey pass or anything like that. You have to buy tickets when you're actually here.
Soki's Ice Rink opens up on Saturday, September 18th, and will be located at the Soki Marketplace. Be sure to join in on all of the fun this year. And if you are interested in hockey or season skating passes, be sure to visit SokiIceRink.com for those details. And we'll have more on this later in the show. And that's a look at this week's Soki's Choice. I'm now going to send it over to meteorologist Darius Mack for a check of your chilly forecast. Darius?
Yeah, it is certainly a chilly morning out there across the region. These are the coldest numbers of the season. In fact, last time it was this chilly was back in March 29th. So it's been several months since we've been dealing with temperatures this cold. Radar pretty dry and quiet out there. The clouds and radar, though, showing that we still have clouds that are overhead. Watching this wave of energy that's essentially on top of Wisconsin and this frontal boundary, what that's going to do is that's actually going to bring us another reinforced shot of some cooler air our way as we go later throughout the day and especially into the day tomorrow. Current alerts right now, we have that freeze warning for the entire viewing area that goes through about 9 a.m. this morning. And the reason behind that is because we do have those temperatures that are deep into the 20s in some locations and also some lower 30s out there. But check out your frost and freeze forecast tonight. We're still expecting lows to dip into the 20s, and then eventually as we go later through this week, we'll expect those morning lows to be somewhere milder, relatively speaking. But as far as those temperatures go right now, here's the spread. Generally into the 20s out there, 26 in Woodbury, 32 at the Bowling Green Regional Airport this hour, but it's also 28 there into Allen County. So generally seeing those 20s out there. You factor in those light winds flowing in from the north and west, it may feel a degree or two cooler out there. And also be sure to budget yourself extra time this morning to clear the frost off the windshield. We also have those winds generally on the light and calm side this hour. As far as your trick or treat preview, as we go later through this afternoon and especially this evening, temperatures will be into the 40s, and then we're going to be somewhere into the upper 30s as we go later throughout the overnight time frame. Here's Futurecast with your communities in view. And notice today temperatures will struggle to even make it into the 50s for those daytime highs. So I'm tracking some chilly sunshine. Notice that wave of energy I mentioned that was in Wisconsin. That's going to continue to work its way around the Great Lakes region, but along with that frontal boundary, wouldn't surprise me for areas across northern and central Kentucky to see a few flying flakes in those areas. As far as Bowling Green, though, I think we're going to stay pretty dry, and we're not expecting any flying flakes or any tricks, I should say, in today's forecast. But it will be a cold, chilly, bone chilly evening. As we go for your Friday, or not your Friday, your Wednesday, you can see where my head's at right now. 47 degrees for the high on Wednesday afternoon. And then as we go for your Wednesday night time frame, we're going to see those temperatures dipping down into the 20s again and early into your Thursday morning. We skipped to Friday, though, and we are expecting some warmer temperatures to arrive. Here's your 7-day forecast with your weekend always in view. And numbers will be into the 60s with sunshine on Friday. We're into the middle 60s for the weekend. Don't forget to move those clocks back an hour Saturday night and early into Sunday. Hey, I'll have another look at your forecast coming up a little bit later, but News 40 Sunrise continues after this.
J.C. Kirby and Son Funeral Chapels. When a person comes in and does their pre-arrangement, I can see it over the years that I've worked in this, how much it eases the family's minds. If you have 4 people, they have 4 different ideas of what they want. This settles that to where they say if that's what mom wanted, that's what dad wanted. You can see the relief on a lot of families' faces because all you do is say, what time do you want the funeral? What time do you want the visitation? And they can spend more time with their family members and friends in the grieving process. It just really takes a lot of burden off your family.
So many hotels.
Trouble booking the family vacay? Come on. Comfort does free hot breakfast for the whole fam.
They have waffles.
And splendid pools. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Shop Macy's VIP sale now. Take an extra 30% off designer brands and save 15% on skincare, makeup, fragrances, and more. Plus, find incredible specials. Own your style at Macy's.
What would Daniel Cameron's Medicaid plan mean for my patient?
He's threatening to take away health care coverage from over 95,000 Kentuckians.
It's very scary that people are not going to have health coverage.
People will not be able to see their doctors. People will not be able to buy medicines.
Many rural hospitals will end up closing their doors.
Cameron is still following his pal, Matt Bevin.
I don't know why you do that.
I don't think Daniel Cameron understands what Kentuckians are going through.
And that is not acceptable for a governor.
Been in a car or semi-truck accident? Be prepared to take on big insurance. At Flora, Templeton & Stewart, we've been fighting for the rights of our injured clients for over 47 years, with results like $1.2 million, $1.7 million, and even $2.8 million for our injured clients. In an accident? Call us 24/7 so we can get our team to work for you.
Sundays are for football. WNKY 40 is your go-to for the NFL. Watch games all day on WNKY, CBS 40, and NBC 40.
The FDA is warning people to stop using more than 24 over-the-counter eye drops products because of a potential risk of eye infection that could lead to blindness. Federal health officials say CVS, Rite Aid, and Target are removing their products. More information on the warnings and products are at cbsnews.com. General Motors has reached a tentative contract agreement with the United Auto Workers Union, finally ending the 6-week strike. The union made similar deals with Ford and Jeep maker Stellantis. The contract, which includes a 25% pay raise in more than a 4.5-year period, still has to be ratified by union members. It will be weeks before the factories are fully running again. And in case you've been counting down all spooky season, Halloween is finally here. CandyStore.com has compiled a list of the top 10 most popular trick-or-treat choices. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, M&Ms, and Hot Tamales round out the top 3. And the controversial candy corn is back on the list at number 8. According to the National Retail Federation, Americans are expected to spend over $12 billion on Halloween this year. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Jared Hill.
The last holdout in the longest U.S. auto strike in 25 years now appears to be on board. On Monday, a source says GM has joined Ford and Chrysler's parent company in reaching a tentative deal with auto workers after nearly 2 months. Karen Kafa has a look at what the end of the strike means for the car industry and you.
On Monday, GM and the United Auto Workers Union appeared to have reached a tentative agreement, according to a source familiar with negotiations. The move ends nearly 7 weeks of an unprecedented strike against the Detroit Big Three automakers, GM, Ford, and Chrysler owner Stellantis. A total of nearly 50,000 workers walked out of their jobs during some part of the strike, demanding better benefits and pay, citing the auto industry's record corporate profits.
We haven't had a raise in years. We've been giving and giving and giving.
While the exact terms of the deal have not yet been released, it is expected to be along the lines of the deals already announced at Ford and Stellantis, including guaranteed pay increases and the return of cost of living adjustment, which combined would lift workers' pay more than 30%. Monday's move comes 2 days after the union expanded the picket line to GM's engine plant in Spring Hill, Tennessee. Last Wednesday, the union announced a deal with Ford, and on Saturday, it announced a deal with Stellantis.
For every member, the money will be significant. For many members, it will be life-changing.
So what does this mean for the auto industry and for consumers? The long labor strike hurt the automakers financially. A prolonged dispute would create a painful domino effect that would trickle down to vehicle part suppliers, car dealers, and eventually to you, even if you're not in the market for a car. That's because experts say it could have led to fewer cars on lots and made it harder for shops to repair your car. For Consumer Watch, I'm Karen Kafa.
Today's forecast features gentleman, and gentleman says, shiver me whiskers. It's a chilly morning out there. Temperatures into the 20s out there. Just, a downright cold, bone chilly morning out there. We check out the temperatures right now, generally into the 20s in most locations. Some areas at 30 degrees, Glasgow at 30 degrees, Edmonton at 31. But see these areas, Russellville, Franklin, Scottsville, either 28 or 29 degrees this hour. Wind chill, you factor in those winds, it feels like 21 there into Simpson County with an 8-mile-an-hour breeze from the north and west. And we are expecting a reinforced shot of cooler air to drop in as well as another front works its way in. It's all associated with this wave of low pressure essentially on top of Wisconsin that's bringing some lake effect snows there. Meanwhile, for us, we are going to expect chilly weather. Chilly sunshine in store for the lunch run, 45 degrees. And then for the PM drive, we're going to be right around 47 degrees. So temperatures will struggle to even make it into the 50s later today. Hey, don't go anywhere. News 40 Sunrise continues after this commercial break.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas is my favorite time.
Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does.
The nursing home was supposed to keep your loved ones safe, no exceptions. Even in extreme circumstances, the basic standards must be met, no excuses. Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. The safety of your loved one is all that matters.
As Kentucky families struggled, Joe Biden brags.
Bidenomics is working.
Andy Beshear agrees. Beshear backed Biden's disastrous economic policies. Now he's endorsing Biden for re-election.
This president delivered.
For Andy Beshear, he did, giving $250,000 to fund his agenda.
I want to thank the president.
Beshear's with Biden. Trump backs Daniel Cameron. If you stand with Trump, vote Cameron for governor. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this ad.
Grab some lunch and make an impact. Join WNKY News 40 for Food Truck Fridays every week at Tidball's parking lot. This week features California Street Tacos to benefit Kiwanis' Sensory Music Garden. See the full lineup at WNKY.com.
At WNKY News 40, we're always on. WNKY.com has the latest in breaking news, local headlines, weather forecasts, and sports highlights. WNKY News 40 because local matters.
Welcome back. You're watching News 40 Sunrise. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack with your News 40 Weather Authority, and I am tracking a chilly morning, a bone chilly morning this morning with temperatures into the 20s out there. Are there any tricks or treats in the forecast? I'll have that answer coming up. The time is about 6:27. Here's another look at top stories.
Good morning and happy Halloween. Thank you for joining us here on the News 40 Sunrise. I'm Ashley Wilson. Let's continue with our top stories. Halloween is finally upon us, and kids are grabbing costumes and getting ready to run from house to house, but they need to be aware of the dangers that could be on the roadways. If you are of the legal age to consume alcohol, Kentucky State Police are encouraging everyone to consume responsibly and do not drive under the influence. You may think that you may only be arrested or charged for 0.08 blood alcohol content, but you could actually be charged for much less.
The only
real easy way to do that, to make sure that everything's okay, is if you consume alcohol, don't drive. If you consume drugs, don't drive. And it's as simple as that. Just make sure that you're not putting anybody else in danger, especially this time of year when you're going to have so many kids out on the roadway. Don't take the chance.
There are many forms of transportation you can use to avoid receiving a DUI. There are ride-sharing apps, or you can simply call a friend if you decide to have fun for the holiday. Another potential risk for your kids this Halloween, tainted candy. Some candies that look similar to the real thing can actually contain THC, Delta-8, or Delta-9 drugs. If you suspect your child's candy has these substances in it, make sure to contact the Warren County Drug Task Force immediately. If your child is exposed, call 911 or poison control. The most important thing you can do is check the candy to make sure it's okay to eat.
Many times these candies will look like gummy bears or other children's candy, and with Halloween coming up tomorrow, parents just need to be careful and make sure the gummy bear is in fact a gummy bear.
It can take various amounts of time for different drugs to set in and take effect, so it's important to remember if your child happens to eat these candies, call 911 or poison control immediately. We look to the Warren County Public Library, who is using the spooky holiday to teach kids about different traditions and different cultures. This week, the library is clearing up some misconceptions when it comes to the Day of the Dead holiday. While hosting a celebration, the staff really wanted to educate the children on traditions that take place in Mexican culture, especially during this holiday. They do this by teaching the kids about different flowers, teaching them traditional songs, and so much more.
They loved it. They had so much fun, especially when we broke the piñata and we were all singing the song. I got to have the blindfold on. I know it's not something that they do traditionally when they're growing up, so it's really out of their comfort zone. They probably see videos of it, and so to be able to experience that, I bet it was so surreal for them to be like, oh my gosh, I get to break this piñata and sing this song and do all these cool things.
This celebration is not stopping there. Tomorrow on November 1st, the popular Disney movie Coco is being played at the Capitol. For more details, visit WNKY.com. That was another look at your top stories. Now it's time to see who needs a forever home in today's Pet of the Day.
Coretta Shadowan, and it's time now for your Pet of the Day, brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust. Today we have Ace, who is 8 months old, and she's not yet fully potty trained, but she is the sweetest little thing, and she's good with other dogs, and she'd make the perfect addition to your family, and you can adopt her today at the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society.
We'll look at Ace. Isn't she pretty?
And she's still a puppy. She's got that puppy energy. Still is working on being housebroken, but that's something that can be quickly resolved. But gosh, is she a cutie or what?
See, she is so cute, and I'm pretty sure just loves all of the attention.
She
and
does.
Just
she loves those pets.
Of energy. So be sure to help Ace find a new forever home to go to by stopping by at the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society. It is a chilly morning out there. You're going to need that jacket. I'm going to plan out your day the News 40 way after the break.
The competition is on.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy?
Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
My name's Al Fazalahi. Had a terrible T-bone accident. Gentleman blew a stop sign and broadsided me. Airbags went off. I got knocked around really badly. The first lawyer I called didn't return my call. And then I just said, well, you know what? I called Morgan & Morgan. They were in touch with me every step of the way, whether it was by phone call or by text message or Zoom meetings or emails. It made things extremely simple for me. That was a seamless process. It's so easy.
Stars and 6 Strings benefiting CCK Saturday, November 18th at La Gala. Dinner, auctions, and music by the Young Fables, plus a bourbon raffle estimated at $43,000. For info, email events at courageouskids.org. Organization 0002815.
When you come in and open an account with us, you can choose to have a shelter pet card. Whenever you use that card and swipe it as a credit transaction, it triggers a donation back to the animal shelters.
They're able to help the shelter in such an easy way.
It's a way to help remotely, and you know that your money is going to be used well. It really means a lot to be a local bank now. We just try to give back in any way we can.
The Warren County Public Library presents award-winning suspense author Court Stevens, Sunday, November 12th at the Bob Kirby branch. Join us as Stevens discusses her latest novel, Last Girl Breathing. Free tickets are available at warrenpl.org.
It's time to tighten up, South Central Kentucky.
WNKY is your official home for the Tennessee Titans.
Watch our games plus the Coach Mike Vrabel Show and Titans All Access.
Only on WNKY News 40 because local matters.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
Welcome back. It's a chilly, frosty Halloween morning across the area with temperatures into the 20s out there in most locations, 25. The current temperature there into Butler County, 28 in Russellville. It's 30 degrees there into Franklin, but when you factor in that breeze from the north and west, it feels like 21 in Franklin this hour. So you got a little bit of wind chill factor out there, and there are the winds. You got that breeze right at 9 miles an hour there into Franklin. Right now, radar is dry and quiet. That's going to be the case as we go throughout the day. Watching this next frontal boundary, though, that is going to bring us a reinforced shot of some cooler air, and that's going to really usher in just some chillier temperatures for us, especially as we go through the overnight time frame tonight once again. But as we go through the day today, it's going to be chilly. Temperatures staying anywhere into the middle and upper 40s by this afternoon. We'll struggle to even make it into the 50s. Now I'll send it over to Ashley.
Thank you, Darius. It's time now for your Tuesday edition of Sunrise Spotlight. And joining me in studio this morning is Leah Sperlin, here to expand on all the fun going on at the Soki Ice Rink this year. Leah, good morning.
Good morning.
Being so chilly, it seems like the perfect time to talk about the ice rink. We already heard a little bit about it in today's Soki's Choice, but there's so many offerings, so many things going on that you can share and elaborate on. So tell us about them.
The first thing I want to talk about is we're going to have sessions this year. And so if people don't understand what that means, is we're going to actually shut down every day at 3:30 and 6:30 to clean the ice.
Oh, okay.
And so that way we're going to make sure the ice has great quality and also it's safe for everybody. So we want to make sure, you know, if you show up last minute, we'll let you know, so that way you don't sit there for an hour and wait. But that's something we want to educate the public on this year, is just to make sure that from 3:30 to 4:30 and 6:30 to 7:30 every day that we're open, except for the holidays, will be closed for sessions.
And cleaning the ice and making it, you know, safe and picture perfect for everybody.
Yes.
But there's so much also, so many activities that go on at the ice rink. Tell us about those.
Yeah, well, actually on the day that we open on the 18th, we're going to have Dino November with the library. And so they're going to come out and we're going to have a big event at 6 o'clock that night. But we're going to have story time with the public library every Thursday at 4:30 and 5. On Monday nights, we're going to have curling. I think this is our 4th year of curling, and so that's going to be a lot of fun, skillet curling. Tuesday nights, we're going to have Soki camps. Those are like hockey camps. And then Wednesday nights, we're going to have public lessons.
So there's really something for everybody. If you're experienced, if you're learning, because I know, like myself, I need one of those, you know,
helper aids.
That's what I need, because I'm a beginner. But it seems like there's so much to do, and you've expanded throughout the month of January because it is such a popular thing. People love it. So it kicks off in just a few weeks in November. So give us a little more information on where we can get more information on the ice rink.
If you go to Warren County KY /Soki Ice Rink, you can find our website. You can go to Facebook. You can go to Soki Ice Rink. There as well, and you can get all the information that you need.
Perfect. Leah, thank you so much. Again, it's the perfect day to talk about the ice rink because it's a little chilly, but we can't wait for the ice rink to open up in a few weeks. So thank you for being here.
Are you welcome?
That was another look at this morning's Sunrise Spotlight. When we return, Darius Mack will be back with a full look at your forecast. Stay close.
I've signed 627 bipartisan bills into law. We cut the income tax by over 10%. Legalize sports betting and medical cannabis, and cap the cost of insulin. We're getting things done. Let's keep it going.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, Member FDIC.
Everything about a big truck crash is serious. At Hughes & Coleman, we give these cases the urgent attention they demand. So if you've been injured, call the real truck lawyers at Hughes & Coleman.
Celebrate the winning season all November long at the Mint Gaming Hall at Bowling Green, featuring an elevated gaming experience with the newest games, sophisticated bars, delicious eats, entertainment, and more. Win up to $2,000 in cash, gift cards, and more in our holiday drawings Wednesday, November 22nd through Saturday, the 25th. Drawings at 5, 7, and 9 p.m. Stop in and win this holiday season at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Winning just got closer.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
It's time, y'all. It's a new season from my new home in NYC.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC 40.
Hey, Western Kentucky, we've got a look at the last Titans game, a preview of the next Titans game on the Mike Vrabel Show presented by SeatGeek.
Come hang out with us.
Watch the Coach Mike Vrabel Show Sunday mornings on WNKY CBS 40.
I've worked in Kentucky most of my life, and there's more jobs here than I've ever seen. Governor Beshear has been great for business. The wages are up because the jobs are up. He's getting things done, and that's what matters. I'm a Republican. I did not support Andy Beshear the first time. He's got my vote this time around.
A chilly, frosty, late October morning. Welcome back to News 40 Sunrise. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack. The time is 6:39. Tracking, of course, the chilly numbers out there. Radar right now pretty dry and quiet, not scanning anything. It's a clean sweep. Notice a wave of energy, though, into Wisconsin. That's bringing some lake effect snows there, and also a frontal boundary. That's going to usher in a reinforced shot of some cooler air that drops in behind that frontal boundary as well, and that will really keep temperatures low for us. As far as those temperatures go, which are generally sitting into the 20s across the region, we do have that freeze warning that is out, and that goes through about 9 a.m. this morning. We are still expecting freezing or sub-freezing temperatures as we go over the next couple of nights as well. Tonight, into the 20s again, and through your Wednesday. But notice we are going to be tracking an upward trend with those numbers as we work our way through the end of the week. And I am expecting a nice thaw on the way. Looks like the cold temperatures have frozen the map here. But right now, numbers are generally running into the 20s out there and right around 30 degrees. You factor in those winds. And it feels like 21 currently there into Simpson County with a 9-mile-an-hour or 8-mile-an-hour breeze that is flowing in from the north and west. It's generally a calm wind here, and that's also prompting some areas of frost across the area, so be sure to budget your time as you are heading out and about. Cold treats is what I am expecting as we go for your Halloween trick-or-treat preview tonight, with a mix of a few clouds out there, but temperatures will be into the 40s and upper 30s, so you definitely want to layer up with those costumes tonight. Temperatures generally into the 40s today. We're going to struggle to make it into the 50s this afternoon. I want you to pay attention, though, to that wave of energy that I did mention that's atop Wisconsin. That's going to continue to work its way around the Ohio River Valley region. And as it does so, there could be some areas, especially across northern and central Kentucky, that could actually see a few flying flakes. Now, I think for us, we don't really have much of a chance of seeing any flurries today, but it will be, of course, bone chilly, especially as we go later through this evening. Tonight, temperatures again into the 20s, and then by Wednesday morning, we are into the 20s with a few passing clouds. We go through the day for your Wednesday, planning for chilly sunshine as we go throughout the day for your Wednesday, with temperatures running into the middle and upper 40s for those daytime highs, and lows dipping down into the 20s again Wednesday night and early into Thursday. I am expecting, though, a warmer trend to arrive as we go later through this week. So there will be at least a nice warm up to compared to these temperatures for now. As we go for your Wednesday, again in the 40s, we are going to be in the 50s on Thursday. Food Truck Friday looking pretty nice with sunshine. Temperatures eventually working their way into the 60s. We're still going to be somewhat below average for this time of year, but we're going to be near average for those daytime highs as we work our way into the weekend, the middle 60s. Don't forget to move those clocks back an hour. Daylight saving time officially ends on Sunday morning, and we could be tracking some rain chances on Sunday as well. Now it's time to wish our friends happy birthday in today's Soki's Birthday Club.
Brewster's Real Ice Cream. Fresh flavors. Fresh desserts. Fresh fun. Brewster's. Fresh from farm to cone.
I had just gotten off work. All of a sudden, I was hit from behind. I had blood all over my face and it was on my shirt. I immediately thought of Morgan & Morgan, that initial first phone call and conversation. It felt like reaching out to a friend. All of the correspondence was done pretty much by email and text. I barely had to lift a finger. I would absolutely recommend Morgan & Morgan to family and friends and even strangers because that's how much it helped me. It's easier than you think.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas, my favorite time.
Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does. Ho, ho, ho!
Hey, I'm Elias Gomez, and 3 things you're going to learn about me this week are tropical, hot rods, and country music.
Catch us this week on Marquee Backstage.
Name an animal the wife doesn't mind her husband calling her. Piggy. Don't do that.
Family Feud. Weeknights at 5 and 6:30.
Welcome into sports. The Logan County volleyball team hosted their first round matchup of the state tournament last night. The Lady Cougars took on the third region champion Meade County Lady Waves. The first 2 sets went back and forth with the Lady Cougars taking both, but they turned things up in the third set and went on to sweep this one. Moving to the next round, they will be back in action on Friday night at George Rogers Clark High School, facing off against West Jessamine. The Tops are coming off a dominant road trip against La Tech in volleyball, sweeping the Bulldogs in both matches. WKU is currently in first place in the conference with a chance to lock down the #1 seed this weekend. The Tops are set to host FIU, the Panthers, on Friday and Saturday. For head coach Travis Hudson, here was his message to the fans.
The challenge is levied to the people in this community and on this campus to get out and support this team. You know, we all year, you know, fans stop me all year long wanting to know how the volleyball team's going to be and are we going to be able to play for we are playing for a championship in Diddle Arena. And so our kids have done their part, and now it's time to for the community to reciprocate.
Well, keeping on the hill, WKU Lead Toppers are set to kick off their 2023 season tonight. Lead Toppers will welcome Lane College for a spooky preseason matchup inside of Diddle Arena. WKU is coming off a Conference USA runner-up season last year. Head coach Greg Collins is excited about a special Halloween event that's happening inside of Diddle Arena.
We're going to have trick or treat. We're going to have all the fraternities and sororities in Diddle. All the other sports teams are going to set up in Diddle. And so you can come trick or treat with your kids in Diddle and then come to ball game. And I have a lot of people that are excited about that. So yes, I feel that excitement.
That's a look at sports, hoping for more treats rather than tricks, guys.
That's right, Maxwell. Thank you. It's now time for this week's Topper Tuesday, and joining me in studio this morning is Scott Swegan, here to tell us all about the exciting things going on the Hill. Scott, good morning.
Good morning, Ashley. Happy Halloween.
Yes, happy Halloween. So much going on, literally in every sport, everything you can think of. We're in the busy season on the Hill, and I love it. And I think looking at next week, homecoming week, football, and a groundbreaking.
Yeah, we have the groundbreaking for the Hilltopper Fieldhouse next Friday, November 10th at 10 a.m. out on the football practice field, which is the future site of the Fieldhouse. We're so excited about that building for many reasons, not just for athletics, but for our university as a whole. We're going to share that space with the forensics program, which has won numerous national titles, esports, which is an up-and-coming program around the country. The marching band will have an indoor space to practice and won't be on South Lawn anymore, and we're really excited for that project to come to fruition.
Well, it'll be a fun thing to see, especially next week, as you said, next Friday. And also with football, the cool decals that have been placed on the helmets. I've been seeing it everywhere on social media, all the things. Tell us a little bit about what went into that.
Yeah, so that project actually started before I arrived on the Hill in June. Our team from the equipment staff, Ben Hayden and Connor Coker, our external relations team, communications, marketing, video, from idea to execution last week, it was just phenomenal. The rollout, the publicity that we got from that, probably north of 15 million views on X alone, and it's been really fun to see. Stanford Steve on SportsCenter was wearing big red last night, on Monday Night Football, and it's been a phenomenal week and a half since we rolled that out. We've done really good numbers on our NIL store, money that's gone right back in our student athletes' pockets from those decals, and just a phenomenal event and exposure for WKU athletics.
It's been so much fun. And speaking of fun, tonight, Halloween night, kicking off Lady Hilltopper basketball, plus a little trick-or-treat event.
Yeah, Topper Treat at Diddle Arena. I mean, it's frosty outside this morning, a great night to come inside to Diddle Arena. Trick-or-treat, bring your costume, get some candy before the game at 5:30. Tip off at 6 o'clock against Lane College for their exhibition this evening.
Again, so much going on the Hill. We appreciate you being here and sharing, and we hope to see everybody tonight, next week. Lots of good things ahead.
Thanks, Ashley. Appreciate you having me.
Of course. Thank you, Scott. That was a look at this week's Topper Tuesday, and when we come back, we'll see what delicious recipe the Pie Queen of Bowling Green has for us. Don't go anywhere.
Car wreck? Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Insurance companies are making it tougher than ever for car accident victims, charging higher premiums and then trying to shortchange you on your injury claim. But no matter what they do, one fact remains. On average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one. Now that you know the facts, don't settle for less. Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
Just rockin' and rollin', baby.
Come back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, man.
Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JB.
Hey, I'm Elias Gomez, and 3 things you're gonna learn about me this week are tropical, hot rods, and country music.
Catch us this week on Marquee Backstage.
At WNKY News 40, we're always on. WNKY.com has the latest in breaking news, local headlines, weather forecasts, and sports highlights. WNKY News 40, because local matters.
Over the years, people have asked me, how did your firm get so big? The answer is simple. We won a lot. Why do you think some of these other firms are so much smaller? Maybe it's because not many people hire them. In this business, you grow by winning. As America's largest injury law firm, we have more lawyers than any other injury firm. Proof's in the pudding. Size is our strength. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Saturdays are for football. WNKY 40 is your college football headquarters. Watch games all day on WNKY, CBS 40, and NBC 40.
Welcome to the Pie Queen's Pantry. Today we're going to be taking all that leftover candy and turning it into some delicious bars. Let's get started. All right, let's get started. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, my favorite thing to do was to get all of our candy, lay it out, sort it by flavor, and then we'd start trading. Like, I don't like this, I don't like that, and everybody traded up. Now that I have kids who are coming home with bags and bags of candy, I had to figure out a way to use it. So I give them all the sweet and sour ones, and then I bring home all the chocolate ones, and I make my candy bars. So in this pan, if you go to my episode with the pie crust, this is just my shortbread cookie crust, and I've pre-baked it into this 13x9 pan, and I've put a little bit of parchment. You're gonna see how that pulls out in just a minute. This is my fudge brownie filling, or you can use a brownie mix. There's no wrong way to do it. It's really gonna be creative for you. Some of the candy can go on before it goes in the oven, and then some of it is gonna be decorate after it comes out. So like all the M&Ms and the hard stuff can go in right before it goes in the oven, and then when you pull it out, while it's still really gooey and soft, you're gonna press in like the Reese's Cups and the Kit Kats, the melty chocolate items. Then you just kind of go crazy with this. All the different kinds are gonna go in this and just be so much fun. And like I said, the parchment is gonna help you pull this out of the pan. So you're just gonna pop right out, and then you're gonna be able to cut this into your very own candy bars. Find a good spot for that. And then we're going to put it, and this is gonna be a delicious treat and a great way to use up all that candy so you can share with all your friends, maybe take it to work. You're gonna have these perfect bars. Head over to my social media, thepiequeen_BG, and tell me what your favorite Halloween candy is. And thanks for tuning in. Remember, it's not goodbye, it's good pie.
Oh, that just looks incredible. Weather on the 4s, brought to you by Deborah Bros Attorneys at Law. Temperatures are into the 30s and 20s in most locations. 28 in Scottsville, 29 there to Franklin, and as well as in Russellville, Woodbury at 25. Wind chill reading there in Woodbury also at 25. They have a calm wind, but Franklin, where it was 28 degrees, it feels like 22 when you factor in those winds. So that's what your body responds to when you step outside. Definitely going to need that coat as you head out and about today, and also be sure to budget some time to clear the frost off the windshield this morning. Wave of low pressure into Wisconsin that's going to continue to work its way across, say, the Great Lakes region, and this frontal boundary is going to swing through our world of weather, and that is going to bring us a reinforced shot of some cooler air as we go through the day today, and especially into tonight. Temperatures will struggle to make it into the 50s. We're going to stay somewhere into the 40s, so tracking that silly sunshine, he says. It's hard to say that, but we'll have another look at your 7-day forecast coming up as we're wrapping up the show. Don't go anywhere.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, call 800-800-4600.
With FanDuel, every night is a watch party. When new customers bet $5, you get $150 bonus if your team wins. Bet all the stars with all your friends, only on FanDuel. It go down in the deal.
I'm Castasia Haynes, and I've been with ComEd for a little under a year. Being an education major, it trains me to have patience, problem solving, and behavior management, and to work with all sorts of kids.
This job is great for college students. It is a great opportunity to make connections with school personnel and principals and other teachers in that too.
It's important for me as a college student to have a job that is willing to work around my schedule and helping me prepare for the future.
Hi, I'm Hiram Kemp.
Hi, I'm Neil Pollard.
We're the hosts of The Light of the World.
Please join us on WNKY NBC 40.
Every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Our aim is to reflect Jesus, the true light. Hope to see you here.
It's time to tighten up, South Central Kentucky.
WNKY is your official home for the Tennessee Titans.
Watch our games plus the Coach Mike Vrabel Show and Titans All Access.
Only on WNKY News 40 because local matters.
It's time, y'all. It's a new season from my new home in NYC.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC 40.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Get Hughes and Coleman and get it done.
Brownsville, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
Okay, we cannot stop talking about this delicious
that
treat.
looks incredible.
No trick. All treat right
All
here.
treats over
but
there.
So Darius, you asked about putting Reese cups in it. She puts it in after it's already baked, so she puts it in and it gets melty and gooey.
That's dangerous. That is dangerous.
I mean,
incredibly.
my mouth is watering. Like, that is amazing.
Like,
what a great idea.
It's just like when you see that and then you're sitting here and that's not here, it's like...
You're a little heartbroken.
Yes.
I mean, Darius and I were both like
heartbroken?
watching this screen like, what? This is great.
That looks incredible.
So, okay, now that it's Halloween, finally, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
Oh, well, obviously Reese's.
Reese's, because he was like, I want Reese's in mine.
I'm a sucker for peanut butter and chocolate too, but for the sake of originality, I'll go Kit Kats.
Okay.
Kit Kats.
Okay.
Kit Kats or Twix.
I love it.
Are you a left Twix or right Twix?
Ooh, great question. I'm a right Twix kind of guy.
Oh,
right
okay.
Twix.
Right Twix. Okay.
Team left Twix, stay away from me.
You heard it here first, folks. I love a good like peanut M&M or peanut butter M&M.
Ooh, yeah.
But I also love Twizzlers.
Really? I don't
Yes.
think they have flavor.
Really?
I can't taste. I mean,
Really?
there's a texture to it, but I don't taste anything.
I like Twizzlers. I mean, they're not like in like a top 5, but like they're a
I
solid
do.
candy.
I love Twizzler.
Do you like the substitute ones? So like the cherry vines that they have
No.
that you see in the store? You don't
I like
those?
Twizzlers.
It's
But
gotta
I
be
just,
Twizzlers.
I remember, and I kind of miss this, just being as a kid sorting the candy.
Yeah, I miss those. I miss those days.
And
but
those
it sounds
kids
like
are gonna
it's going to
wanna do
be
it, yeah.
a little cold.
It's going to be some cold treats
Trick-or-treating.
tonight.
Yeah.
So it's like you're going to actually have some frozen candy bars out there. Yeah, temperatures today struggle to make it into the 50s. Tracking that chilly sunshine today as well as for Wednesday and Thursday. And we're going to keep it sunny through the end of the week, but warmer temperatures.
All right. Well, thank you, Darius. And thank you all for joining us this Halloween morning. We look forward to seeing you around.